Looking for something fun to watch and a cool community to be a part of? The KJ Today Show has you covered. We're bringing you the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. Join us live the first Wednesday of every month at 7 for your positive vibe fix. Hello and welcome to the KJ Today Show. Ho, ho, ho. And away we go. Is that too cheesy? You're the one that decided to wear a suit jacket. I was over here in my meowy Christmas shirt.
A blazer.
I'm sorry. It's a blazer.
Jesus.
This is the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. Welcome to the KJ Today Show. Please make sure that you follow us, subscribe, do all the things. We love to have you over on YouTube, hanging out with us, youtube.com/KJ Today. If you're watching on another medium right now, or maybe you are listening on Apple or Spotify, the show is best enjoyed if you are watching it. Thank you. We were just having quite a discussion backstage with the whole crew tonight about what our favorite things about Christmas is, if we like Christmas, like when do we decide we're going to celebrate Christmas. But for us, this is our monthly show, so it's time to be jolly. I don't care if you're not ready. You better be ready tonight. Thank you. All right, how you doing, Patches?
Oh, well, if I were any better, I'd be wearing a cat blazer.
Yes, you look great, man. You look fantastic.
Oh, it makes me look awesome then, I guess, right?
Yes.
That means I'm doing awesome. Sorry.
You are doing awesome. So coming up, if you noticed if you first got here, we got Frank Grillo.
I thought you were talking about my beautiful beard.
In our spotlight tonight. I'm sorry, your beard does not compare to what's going on there with
not compared to Frank Grillo, no. Absolutely not.
There's Frank Grillo. There's your beard. No,
yep.
Sorry, honey.
Nope.
And hey,
Doesn't
surprise, Jon Cryer also.
All right. Ducky wins.
There's Patches. There's Jon Cryer. I don't know.
Cryer still wins.
Let's bring in the rest of the crew and see what they think. Joining us tonight on the show, we have Tia from Geek Vibes Nation, who will be catching us up on what's popping in pop culture. We have Michelle, our assistant producer, who's going to be keeping an eye on things in the comments. Reminder, I didn't do our reminders. I'm all over the place, and I feel like, guys, tonight's kind of going to be like a therapy session for me, so just get ready. Okay. Remember last month, Tia, when you're like, everything's going fine until show day, and then for some reason it's always this like big, like crazy, chaotic day.
Yes,
it has been a big, crazy, chaotic day. Just one big, long, crazy, chaotic day since our last show.
Why does life do this to us?
I don't know. But we do want to remind you that we want you commenting and interacting, because if you're here, we want to know about it. Comment where you are watching from and what your crew number is. And if you don't have a crew number yet, go to kjcrew.com. That's KJ Krew with a K.com. Okay, continuing on with the announcements. Tia from Geek Vibes is here. We have Michelle, the assistant producer, that's keeping me in order somehow. She's got the toughest job on the show. And then kind of nerdy Clay is back. Welcome back, Clay.
Hey, how's it going?
You are officially a member of the show because you have your own graphic.
Ooh,
oh wow,
sweet.
yeah, that's true.
Yes, coming up later in the show. I think this has been several different names, but now there's a graphic, so we have to just go with it. Coming up later in the show, my friends, get ready for Clay's crazy obscure quotes.
Yeah,
That's great.
oh, that's fantastic.
I had to take the background out. I'll show people the full video in a second. But do you like how it kind of Marty McFly'd you? Like,
yeah, that is excellent. I will share that costume of Zemo for everybody that is going to watch the video. Hung in my closet after that PopCon, and I was cleaning out, and my son grabbed it, and he's like, no, I'm going to wear this. And so this year, the seniors get to dress up for Halloween, like they're the only class that can. And he went full Zemo to high school.
Awesome.
oh, that's great.
Good job.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had several years back, PopCon was in July. So we did a Christmas in July because, we love Chris Evans and we wanted to celebrate him. We had a tree up and Clay came Winter Soldier, right?
No, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
Come
Make
on.
sure you include the thes.
Not like Disney's wishes.
And we had this little, he's up on Captain America right now. If you can see that Groot. Patrick's going to take camera one, please. We had this little, now you can't see.
Oh, yeah.
My face.
There we go.
We had this little Groot, and Clay put him on his shoulder, and I made him dance. Can you dance with him on your shoulder? Yeah. Dance. Come on, dance. Oh, baby Groot.
Take that.
That's so good.
Oh my God.
Man, I did not. And honestly, Clay, what reminded me was so we were talking about how Frank Grillo is going to be, we're going to play some highlights from my interview that I got to do thanks to Geek Vibes Nation. That was amazing. And that's a whole story that Tia and I are going to share. I think the behind the scenes of getting to the Frank Grillo interview may be more interesting than the 4 minutes I got to spend with Frank Grillo. So we'll get to that. But Clay was doing his show prep as a good member of the show does. And when I said Frank Grillo was going to be on the show, he said, well, let me see if I could figure out some. Yes, go ahead.
It's
Patrick.
ironic you said that. I literally just realized I had the show sheet and my reads right in front of me.
Oh,
This is the first time I'm looking at it.
All right.
Good job, Clay.
Yeah.
Way to overperform.
This is Clay's third show, and he's already the best employee.
Right? Next to Tia and next to Michelle.
Yes.
Actually, we're the worst employees.
So here's how
Yeah.
it goes. There's like Tia and Michelle who come prepared. And then there's Clay who just jumped up ahead. And then there's me. And then Patches, you're just terrible.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
You're the worst.
I accept that. I completely accept that.
So anyway, Clay was doing his show prep, and he was like, maybe for my obscure quote, I could find something that ties in with Christmas and Frank Grillo. And I was racking my brain, and literally, Clay, this is what my brain did. There was that one time that Clay danced in front of the Christmas tree as Zemo, and that is probably something I still have. So I went to Google Photos.
We talked about that this morning when we were having coffee.
Yeah, I typed in Clay in Google Photos, and it was the first thing that came up. So.
There we go.
Oh, God.
Shelly, you just got here. ConQuest Journals, our big sponsor, just got here. So you need to see Clay. Can you dance with him on your shoulder? Yeah. Dance. Come on, dance. So nice. Didn't want anybody to miss out on that.
Aaron is laughing in the background.
No, it's so great.
Yes. Yeah, that was some of the Kind of Nerdy crew. We were taking pictures, and then.
Oh, and happy belated birthday to our musical director of the KJ Today show, Paul, JPP, just plain Paul Miller. Thank you for everything you do for us.
Yes. And I do have a couple of announcements before we actually get into, I don't know, whatever we're doing tonight. Patches,
yes.
please could you announce the announcements?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for the KJ Today Show and announcements.
Thank you so much. First off, want to congratulate Danielle, crew number 17, who is going tomorrow night to watch Home Alone at the Murrah Theater at the Old National Center with Macaulay Culkin.
That is so cool.
Isn't that awesome?
That's super
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's really cool.
So, make sure that you are signed up for the KJ Crew, because especially in December, there's a lot of times I get these last minute tickets for things, and I'll just like pull up a crew number and be like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Do you want to go to a movie? You want to go to a Christmas show?
Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?
Hey, Paulie, what you doing tomorrow?
And then
love you too.
also an announcement for the entire crew here. Tia, Clay, Michelle, Patches. My Christmas gift to you tonight is you do not have to play Don't Screw the Crew.
Yes.
You have the night off. So,
Thank you.
We gave away a prize to Danielle, and we're taking the night off of the trivia. And then one more thing. So that, we do this show on the first Wednesday of every month, and we love that you're here with us. And it just so happens that the first Wednesday of the month in January is the first day of the year in 2025. So we will not be doing our show.
I think that's going to be a hard pass.
Why? We could all of them be just like hungover.
No. See, I'm going to give you a little insight. My 2025 resolution is to not work on Wednesdays anymore. So,
okay.
yes.
Wow.
Does that include
Out of the
this?
gate. All right. Yeah.
Not work on Wednesdays anymore.
So
I think we've already established you don't work, so this is still going to keep going.
That's damn it. Hey, that damn button is going to get hit. I'm telling you. Oh my God.
Oh man. So we do have to decide when we're going to do our show. Patches is taking a vacation, you guys. He has not done this since he has not taken a full week off, like actual vacation, since he started at ConQuest Journals.
No, honestly, since
3
before
years ago.
that.
Yes. And
It's probably been about 6 years.
so
Wow.
I was like, if you're going to take a vacation, then we need to, because he was like, well, we'll just do the show, which would be January 8th, but he'll be on vacation. And he's like, I could do the show during vacation. I feel like we should do the show.
I mean, I clearly don't work anyway, so you're going to do it all. So I just show up and talk into a microphone. So
It's true.
I mean, it's not really working.
But I feel like if you're going to be on vacation, you should be on vacation.
Your mom should be on vacation.
I don't know. All in favor of Patches being on vacation, please vote in the comments. Say aye. All right. We got everybody on staff say aye. Tia?
I think
I
if
put
we
my
can
hand
get
up.
a Jon Cryer cutout, you can just kind of lean it in that chair.
Playing the role of Patches tonight, it's Jon Cryer.
Yeah, look, I thought you were on vacation.
He would play the role too well, because he definitely came prepared for his interview when I talked to him yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he's a professional. I am clearly not a professional in any way, shape, or form.
all right. And we got votes coming in. They want you on vacation. They
The
want,
funniest thing would be
ConQuest
if,
Girls doesn't get a say in this.
I was gonna say it'd be funny if Shelly was like, "Who said that your vacation was approved?"
Right?
You might want to recheck ADP.
all right. So we'll let you know. I think we're leaning towards January 15th being the return of the KJ Today Show in 2025. That's happening. Okay. I don't know. We're pretty late in the show, but it's fine. I put things on the roadmap today that were like, well, these are just things that we can do so that we don't actually have to work. Like, for example, a new segment that's called "What's Poppin' with KJ and the Crew." We'll just do what we've done for the last 15 minutes. And
It's just well, I mean, we were talking about Christmas stuff prior to the show, and then you were like, "No, don't talk about this. It has to be
thank
for the
you,
show."
Tia. See, people are starting to understand.
It was the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, we're not talking about that now. My name's KJ. This is exactly how I sound.
you guys have to save your good stuff for the show. Otherwise, we're boring.
Met us?
Otherwise, we're boring.
We are golden.
All right.
We have good
All right.
stuff all the time.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Insulting.
Let's go back. Let's go back to your good stuff. What were you trying to talk about before you made the show late and you were doing all the good stuff without the lights on? Go ahead. Yes.
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, Patches is being pretty miserable and being a bah humbug about Christmas, saying that he does not like Christmas.
That thing's going to get smashed into 1,000 pieces. I swear to God.
And he was saying that he does not like Christmas, and I was like,
I do
it's
not.
the most wonderful time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
But-
We were talking about the jacket. I was like, yeah, I'm going to try to fake it till I make it. Right.
Mhm.
Because I hate
Right.
Christmas. Yeah.
But the thing is, I like Christmas during December only, right? During like right before Halloween, one of my coworkers started playing Christmas music, and I was like, "You need to stop this." And she was like, "I was like, Halloween hasn't even happened yet." She's like, "Okay, so after Halloween?" I was like, "No." After Thanksgiving. Like, do we forget that Thanksgiving exists? I am very angry about the erasure of Thanksgiving.
You
So
can have, listen, you can have Christmas here and still celebrate Thanksgiving.
no.
I put all of my stuff up the day after the election.
No. I
was like, I'm going to be alone with my Christmas cheer today.
I had my Halloween stuff up still because it's just pumpkins, right? So it's like,
that's
okay,
fair.
this also does like Thanksgiving. And then
Yeah.
Thanksgiving happened. And then I have a little tree that the cats have knocked down at least 4 times already. So
Nice.
yeah.
And if you go check out KJ's her on her socials, there is a little tunnel that they make that wraps around the bottom of like a cat tunnel that wraps around the bottom of Christmas trees. That's supposed to deter cats from climbing into the tree, which is, in theory, a brilliant idea. However, when you have 2 1-year-old kittens still, and they like to pounce on top of tunnels that can potentially bring 7-foot trees down on them, maybe not the best idea.
Yeah, it made for a great video for about 30 seconds. And then I was like, crap. Like they're actually, I have to stop recording because they're actually, when Johnny Storm got in, because he has like, I mean, that dude, he does not do anything lightly. And the tree started shaking because he was in the tunnel and he was just running in circles in the tunnel. Like he doesn't do that when a tunnel is, we have like 18 tunnels in this
We have a
house.
lit up TARDIS tree topper, and it's just seeing it go wop, 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 wop,
Yeah,
wop,
like
wop.
that tree was going to come down, dude. So no, internet, you
Wait.
are wrong.
I have a question. So
Go ahead.
are we real tree or fake tree people here?
Oh,
Fake tree,
fake
1,000%.
We're fake tree people.
Yeah.
Fake tree.
Yeah,
I used to
everybody's a
do
fake
real
tree.
trees.
So growing up, we always had real trees, and it was my responsibility to literally get on my stomach and like water the freaking tree and everything, right? Like every morning, I'm just trying to go to school. My dad's like, "Did you water the tree?" And I'm like, "Yes."
I had to do this too. It was like child labor. Like,
Yep.
we can have a real tree because there's enough kids to crawl under there and keep
100%.
it watered.
It was-
Let's see.
yeah, no.
Thank you guys for chiming in. It looks like it looks like we're a crew of
A
fake,
fake
trees.
tree. Yeah.
100%.
yeah.
I respect all the real tree people. I really
Yeah.
do. I mean,
Yep.
because,
I mean, it's not like it's controversial.
right.
It might
Listen,
be.
I
you know?
respect your feelings, real tree people.
You can't celebrate Christmas unless you kill a living organism and put it in your house.
Yes, it's showing our history as ConQuest people. I
Yep.
don't know where I was going with that.
Were you really gonna say conquistadors? Be honest.
I'm not getting canceled on this.
Okay, so I was gonna do another survey, but I feel like we've got the survey going on. Oh, look at Shelly. Do you have fake trees now? You always had real trees growing up there, ConQuest turtles.
Yeah, working with Shelly, she had a hell of a time trying to find an actual fake tree this year.
Oh, really?
One that, and the one she got finally is absolutely gorgeous. But the one last year, I can't remember, it was falling apart. So I can't remember the backstory, but she finally found one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And that beautiful Hogwarts tree topper she has.
What I mean, like, I know, I know there's a shortage of turkeys because of the bird flu, but why would there be a shortage of fake trees? Is there a fake tree flu going around this year?
Don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
See, I always said those silica packs, man.
The trees got sick.
Ugh.
So sad.
Oh my God.
Did anyone ever hear the excuse where it's like, because my parents actually do still use a real tree, and the argument always is, you don't get the smell with the fake tree. And
Light
it's
a
like,
candle.
All right, that's worse shit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that's literally
Hello, welcome to our
Merry
lovely
Christmas.
show.
Yeah.
No, dude, you could get a car air freshener and still have that. Just hide it in the branches. I don't care. That's a horrible excuse.
listen, I don't live there anymore, so it's out of my hands. So.
There you go.
Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. I know you do.
It's like our number one fan. And
I know. Sorry, Mom.
Just alienating
Oh no,
me.
no. She would love a fake tree as well. It's my dad, which makes no sense because he has a bad back and he's the one who carries it. But he's insisting. My mom will be like, "Let's just get a fake tree," and he's like, "No." But then complains because he has to be the one who carries it.
Yep, define irony, right?
All right, guys. Well, that's what's popping with the crew tonight. There's so much more. When we do this show once a month, it's like, how are we supposed to do this?
Honestly, we could take the whole hour up. I mean, like literally, we could take the whole hour up just catching up with each other.
Yes, but let's catch up because I know Tia's got some good stuff.
What?
In what's popping, and we have Frank Grillo and we have Jon Cryer for you, and we have Clay's crazy obscure quotes.
That is the best graphic you've ever done. I'm telling you.
I don't feel like my quotes are going to live up to that graphic. Like you've just put so much pressure on me for the next 35 minutes.
Look, we're going to be watching Clay's over there, and he's like trying to redo his quotes.
Exactly.
Going back to drawing board.
Yeah,
Google,
a punch
Google.
up here.
All right, my friends, let's do this. Geek Vibes Nation presents What's Poppin' in Pop Culture. Powered by ConQuest Journals. Pow, 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 pow. Ho, ho, ho.
Presented by Geek Vibes Nation. Do you say po-po?
I said ho, ho, ho.
Oh, I thought you said
ho, ho, ho.
Ho, po, po.
You're just so adorable, KJ. I can't.
We did watch the Snoop Dogg concert.
Oh my God! We're gonna get back into that real quick after what's popping.
All right, now take it away, Tia. I don't know what order you're going in, so you're just gonna have to announce it, and then I'll put the graphic up.
Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, we did not.
Good show prep, everyone.
Hey, yesterday I put the graphics in yesterday. That's a big step for me right now.
was a
It's
big
like
deal.
an hour beforehand. So anyway, the first. All right, so mild stories this month, honestly. Wednesday, season 2 has wrapped production. I'm not sure if you guys watched season 1.
No.
I personally really like season 1, so season 2 has wrapped production. I have no other really update other than that with it.
That's all right.
But I was like, okay, we're gonna do that.
That's how good we just finally watched Beetlejuice like a couple nights ago. So
yep,
we adored it. It was really, really fun.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega is kind of like overtaking for like modern goth in TV shows and movies, and I think she's a good person to pass the baton to, essentially. So
yeah. And she's so like versatile interacting. So I am so super happy to see her with all that success.
I will say this may be controversial, guys. So much controversy tonight. I liked this sequel better than I liked the original movie.
Really?
I did.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't. Yeah.
Now, okay, guys, I will. All right, I will say first and foremost, I love my wife, but KJ is 100% wrong. However, to defend her on this point, the first time she ever watched it start to finish all the way through was with me. She had only seen chunks of it up until the point that she watched it start to finish like 2 months ago or something like that.
Interesting.
Oh my
really?
God.
Okay. So you
Yes.
came to the original as an adult.
Yes, I did.
Correct.
Okay.
I grew
'Cause
up watching the first Beetlejuice.
Oh
yeah,
my
I
God.
mean, that
too.
that's a
That was on
Halloween
heavy
like
rotation.
classic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't even Halloween, dude. It was, I mean, like the first time I heard nice bleeping model, honk, honk. I mean, like that's the only thing I would regurgitate like for months at a time.
I don't know why, because my father loved Michael Keaton. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that wasn't a thing, like that we never went to the Blockbuster and rented the Beetlejuice while I was younger.
You never were
Yeah.
like shake, shake, shake,
No.
shake.
No.
However, I did love
Yeah.
the nod to that in the second movie. That was very cool.
I'm just
What's that?
saying.
When was that?
The during the funeral.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was a really nice rendition. Yes. No, I was worried that it was going to get lost on me just because of the fact that I saw Beetlejuice as an adult. And I'm like, if it's going to be just like this, then I'm probably not going to enjoy it as much. And I was like, this is great. I will watch this again.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
it
All
was
right.
very good.
Okay.
All right. What else is popping, Tia?
I'm just very shocked by that still, but it's okay.
I'm
We'll
sorry,
move
I'm
on.
like, is this going to ruin our relationship?
Ah,
might be a deal breaker.
Tia's last show.
right? Yeah, Michael Keaton was a terrible Batman. Get out of my house.
You know how they say, like, what was it, like what built, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but it's like the foundation of Beetlejuice and like Nightmare Before Christmas like turned me into a Hot Topic girly. Okay, like
Right.
just saying.
I respect
Anyway.
that 100%.
I do too.
We'll
I
we'll
don't
move
think
on.
that you're wrong. I'm not trying to argue it. I'm just saying where I came in to Beetlejuice.
Where KJ came from, Hot Topic wasn't around yet.
That is true. There was no Hot Topic in Cuba City, guys. Okay,
And there still isn't.
there still isn't. Still no stoplight. There is a
Uh-oh.
subway.
Oh my god.
The restaurant, not a,
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
There is a subway's
I
still
mean,
a
maybe there wouldn't be a Subway there either. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
stop. All right, what else is popping?
So the next thing is an update in the Game of Thrones world. So even though we have to wait for season 2 of House of the Dragon next year, 2025, we will be getting a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I believe is supposed to take place around 100 years prior to the events of Game of Thrones and will be based on George R.R. Martin's tale of Dunk and Egg. I'm not going to go fully into it because then I think that will spoil a lot for people who want to actually see the show and see who these characters are.
Their names are Dunk and Egg.
They're nicknames. And
Okay.
but again, if I tell you, it will kind of ruin it a little.
Okay.
When I heard that they were first making this, I was like, okay, I mean, more Game of Thrones. Obviously, I want a season 3 of House of the Dragon. But I'm like, all right, I'll watch this in the meantime and everything. So it is a little surprising to me that I felt that they filmed this and are putting it out really quickly.
Yeah.
As opposed to the fact that we have to wait 2 years in between every season of House of the Dragon. But not that I don't think this is so much of a spoiler. By the time of this show that's coming out, there are no dragons. So maybe they're like, at least we don't have to do any CGI for dragons.
yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
maybe
Yeah.
that's it.
I saw
but-
Kelly just said she tried to read it and she couldn't get through it. So
Yeah, I mean, some people really like it. Some were really excited. Oh my god, I'm a very huge nerd.
honestly, I can't read any. I can't read any of it. I'm like, nope. I'll just.
And you tried.
Just
I'll give you credit.
I will just watch the shows.
Yeah.
I cannot read it. Mm-mm.
I I've been liking the audiobook of reading like Fire and Blood and the Game of Thrones book series. They are a lot, obviously, but I haven't read Tales of Dunk and Egg, but some people are huge fans. Like I'm a huge nerd of going on YouTube and hearing people do like lore dumps, and people talk about this as if it is real history. So that's how like ingrained they are in it.
Wow.
Some people are very excited about it. I'll just watch it just because I need more Westeros content. But
yes, I'll take it. I didn't even know that was happening. So yay.
There
Thanks,
you go.
Leah. When is it? Did they put a date out for it?
It's just 2025. And it will contain 6 episodes. So it's not going to be like a huge thing. I literally think it's just supposed to be something to continue the Game of Thrones scene.
To keep us to keep us happy. Okay.
Because 2026 is when the 3rd season of House of the Dragons come out. So
it feels like a Disney model of content. Like
a little, which I don't know if that's whatever George R.R. Martin like intended, but I mean he has so many, like books and lore that you could honestly do it. But then they discarded the Jon Snow show, and then there was another show they were supposed to do, I believe, with Naomi Watts that got scrapped. So it's kind of like, how do they choose what actually makes it and what doesn't make it?
Yeah. Michelle, you watch Game of Thrones too, right? Oh, I got you on mute. There we go. Hi.
Yes.
Okay, that's all we needed. Thank you, Michelle.
I tried to read the first book. I got almost to the end and I just couldn't finish it. But I'll just watch the shows. The shows are pretty
fist bump,
good.
Michelle.
So
we just watched the shows.
Yes.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy you watch it, KJ, because I didn't think that was going to be your brand of content, because there are some like gory aspects to it, and I was like, "Ooh, is KJ going to like this?" Because I know you don't like necessarily horror. Not that it's horror, but some of it could be quite graphic.
Yeah. So when word was spreading about this show, Game of Thrones, I honestly didn't know what to expect, but I was like, I like royalty shows and kings and queens. This is going to be fun. And do you remember, Patches, when we watched it the first time?
Oh, the ending of the very first episode? Yeah.
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 We both just like sat there and didn't speak to each other for a very long time. It was like, I don't know, like, do you want to watch another episode? That was not what I was expecting. And then we didn't go back to, I think it was probably 6 months or so before we went back to it. Because then other people were getting into it, right? And we were hearing more stuff, and they were like, continue on. And it was like, okay, well, I guess if I reset myself to go into this with different expectations.
And then we didn't come until like the end, like middle or end of season 3 eventually. So
so
we had life happen. And that was a free trial. It was when HBO, or I can't remember what it was a streaming platform, and it offered Prime. It was Amazon Prime, and it offered Game of Thrones as a free. The first episode is a free trial.
Yes, that's right. Because we had to decide if we were going to pay for it. We were like, nah.
You're good.
But you guys watched it earlier than I did. I watched it in between the 2 years in between season 7 and season 8.
Oh wow!
I was like, because everyone kept saying, "Oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it." Okay, finally, I'll watch it. And then I was like, "Oh, I really like this. Season 8's coming." And then it was the massive disappointment that it was. So
yeah. All right, what else is going on? What's popping?
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about, which now I even forget what the heck
there you go.
I was
gonna.
There you go. I figured this would be a good transition for you, KJ. But Superman and Lois has ended on the CW, which brings to an end the DC content on the CW. And I'm going to do a warning here. I never watched Superman and Lois, but I watched The Flash. I watched some Arrow. I always checked out the crossovers between the shows and all that. And I mean, the DC shows on the CW for a really long time were really good, right? And for a really long time, it felt like okay, the movies really don't know what they're doing, but the TV shows are good. They're entertaining. And it's kind of odd that the CW is not going to have any DC shows at all. And I know that people were really big fans of Superman and Lois. So people were really sad about the ending. So I wanted to kind of put that there.
I will tell you. So I have not finished it. I actually watched the first episode of this last season today because I want to have it linger a little bit longer in my life. This, honestly, I think that a lot of the CW shows, because we love them, I think they all went a little too long.
Yes.
Except Superman and Lois. I think what they're doing right now, and what I'm staying away from spoilers, but I know that everybody's super happy. But I will tell you, so even though, you had the Superman and Lois are the same Superman and Lois from the Arrowverse, they recast Lex Luthor with Michael Cudlitz, and because it's a darker show, and we'll get to Jon Cryer, but like there was a reason Jon Cryer could not be in this version. It's darker. I think the writing was a little I don't want to say more adult, but it just had a little more serious, grittier feel to it. And I get super bored with Superman. I've said this for years. If you've listened to the Kind of Dirty Girls, Superman as a dad was super interesting. This is one of my all-time favorite stories of Superman. And if you are a Superman fan, and I know you are, Clay, you should watch Superman and Lois.
Unless it's Tom Welling, and then,
Well, Tom Welling was great.
Yeah. Tom Welling still is great.
Remember when I talked to Tom Welling? That's on my celebrity interviews, by the way, if you want to catch up.
Yes, promote yourself, KJ.
Thank you. And I also just realized I never posted my Michael Rosenbaum interview, which was a month ago. So that's coming soon to the YouTube channel.
Just don't wait 2 years like you did for what's the Tom Hopper?
From Kelly, yeah.
I gotta get it out because I know he wants to be selling these his book for the holidays. I can't remember what it's called.
Something that farted. Farting.
The Talented Farter.
Yeah, a farting book, basically.
It's a fart book. So I'll put that up. That's not all we talk about, but it is a lot of what he talked about. So you just, if you want to have a nice juvenile time with Michael Rosenbaum, please subscribe to the KJ Today YouTube channel. Thank you. We're going to take a quick break and make sure that we get you caught up on what's going on with ConQuest Journals, because what's poppin' in pop culture is brought to you by ConQuest Journals. Then we're going to get to Jon Cryer talking about the DC Arrowverse, and we're going to get to Frank Grillo talking a little bit about Marvel and DC as well. So hang on just a second.
Well, thank you very much, KJ, because what's popping in pop culture is powered by ConQuest Journals. Make the holidays magical this year, everybody, with gifts from ConQuest Journals. Shop officially licensed, no IP infringers, officially licensed fan art for Harry Potter, Supernatural, Friends, Schitt's Creek, and more. You can include Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Beetlejuice. Just remember, guys, use code KJ today to save 10% off your entire order at ConQuestJournals.com.
Ooh, thank you, Patches. You have a just today, brand new sales going on, right? A lot of big discounts, things on the website. Holiday gift guide.
I believe so. Yes, we have our new holiday gift guide up on the website. So, guys, it's good for everything.
Nice. All right. Before we get to Frank Grillo and Jon Cryer here in the Celeb Spotlight, I don't forget to mention this, because we have so much going on. We had so much fun when Taylor Swift was in town doing our didn't get tickets to Taylor parties at the Smitten Kitten Cat Cafe, that we are going to do it again. This time it's Taylor's Cats and Bracelets birthday party, Smitten Kitten Cat Cafe, on her birthday, which is next Friday, December 13th, 6 o'clock. definitely make your reservations, because when we did these Swifty parties the last time, they both sold out really quickly.
Very quickly. So yes, 100% get your reservations ASAP.
They sold out so quickly that assistant producer Michelle didn't even know we were doing it.
Wow.
She's like, I didn't know you were doing this. And I'm like, I know, they sold out before I could tell anybody. So,
all right, give me a sec. This is way too hot.
Okay. Oh, Patches is taking off a layer.
Well,
nice.
I thought this was a family-friendly show.
I had 2 long sleeve shirts on to my defense.
You're being very risque.
Yes, of course.
Dropping
That's how we do Christmas.
Language. Yes.
Yeah.
Taking your
You should have
off.
seen us on Friendsgiving. That's a whole different episode.
All right, so I want to start out here expressing my gratitude to Geek Vibes Nation and Tia in particular, because to have this opportunity to talk to Frank Grillo, who, despite the fact that he did not get enough screen time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, was fantastic in the role that he played, and I adore him. I didn't want him to be bad, but I loved that he went Hydra, right? Like, he was such a great character. Tia was supposed to do this interview. And was it a schedule, like a work schedule or something?
Yes. So I was so gung-ho for it, right? It was like, oh, who wants to do this? And I was like, do we get to talk to Frank Grillo? And Kanan was like, yes. And I was like, literally on my bucket list of actors to talk to, yes, 100%. And then literally at the time frame that they wanted to do it was when my job was doing an open house, and they were like, Tia, we need you there to like work. And I was like, and my thing is, at first it was like, because Paulie was like, just do it, it's like 5 minutes, blah blah. And I'm like, the only thing that makes me hesitant is that, these press tours, they tell you that it's going to start at one time, and then 2 hours later finally they're like, oh, okay, come. And I'm like, I just can't risk that. So I was like, Kaden, I can't do it. And he's like, you can't do it at all. And I was like,
I'm sorry, could you do that again?
No, I do not need you flipping it. Devastated. But it's okay. I'm not jealous at all. I'm,
Clearly not.
I sit here and root for my friends. Okay.
Well, and it was like, so Tia reached out to me, and she's, like, devastated. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I can't do this. Can you do it? And I was like, yup. I didn't even look at my calendar. I'm like, yep, this is happening. I don't care what's going on. And so then the day that we were doing it, if you follow me on social media, we had a week where we had 5 of our 7 cats at the vet, and Buffy had not been feeling well. She had been wrestling with an upset tummy, and I kept like trying to give her the things to make it better. And that morning she quit eating, and I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna go to the vet. And I called, and they're like, yes. And of course it was like, I'm like, it's going to be fine, because it's like 1:30. I can totally make it back in time. This is not going to be a big deal. And then that was the day that Grayson declined. And if you haven't seen my updates, his liver numbers came back great. You can see like all the updates in the KJ's Cat Club on Facebook, but it's all good. Grayson's doing great. But it was a really terrible day, because Buffy needed fluids, and like she needed to be triaged. She was really sick, and then Grayson was just declining, and it was terrible. And I'm like messaging Tia, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do it, because if I have to take like 2 cats in for emergency treatment, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back. And then I was messaging with Keenan, and it was a whole thing. Hopefully I like made it back in time, and I was like got in here, and I'm like, okay, whoo, there's Frank Grillo, let's go.
It's a miracle.
It really was. So I don't want to play a whole lot of it. I'm so grateful to Geek Vibes Nation. I want you to go watch the interview on Geek Vibes Nation. And we talk a lot about Werewolves, which is coming out December 6th. It's coming out on Friday, so this is perfect timing. I got a screener. I'm telling you. Movie I would watch if I hadn't been interviewing Frank Grillo. If you like super intense, like gory werewolf type movies, you are gonna love this thing. But I was sitting on the couch like
and to your defense, I was making dinner, not like I had my headphones on doing my own thing, making dinner. I just kept looking over my shoulder like, oh.
I mean, I'm just impressed that you watched it for. I mean,
only for Frank Grillo. So he talks all about the movie, and you can hear all about it. It was super fun to talk with him about that. This was the beginning of the interview, and so Tia and like we prep for our interviews most of the time, but you usually have an idea of how things are going to start, and you're like, hello, and this is how I'm going to open this interview, and that's going to create a rapport, and it's going to be great. And I didn't even get to do that. He just he threw me off with it.
Jay, is that Captain America in the background?
It is.
And who else?
Black Widow.
Black Widow. I shoved her in a tank, I think, once and stomped on her head.
Yeah, you sure did.
I beat him up too. Yeah, whatever. Let's talk.
And listen, I still liked you even after that. So I was like, oh my gosh, right? I'm like, no, you shouldn't. I mean, I guess I would expect that he would notice Captain America, but I was like, no, this is not how this is supposed to start. And I only got 4 minutes with you and you just totally screwed me up.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm fanning myself because, what?
Right. Well, and I don't. So when you saw that, when he did that, that was literally the moment I saw it. He's like, KJ, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this.
Do you know what I went through?
You know what you look like right now?
Yeah.
KJ,
congratulations, Frank Grillo.
I told my mom that you were gonna interview him, and she was like, "Oh my god, he's so good in Tulsa King," and I was like, "He's good in everything."
Oh, Grillo's in Tulsa King?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell! See, I've been telling you I want to watch it.
Yeah.
He plays the bad guy.
So here he is. I was so glad that he was willing to, kind of talk about some things that weren't werewolves, because we had 4 minutes and that's what we needed to be talking about. So right at the end, I was able to sneak in my question about, he's going from Marvel to DC. And so he gave me a quick little, he's so excited about it. I'll just let you hear. Here's Frank Grillo talking about going from Marvel to DC.
Well, I have to tell you, my transition has been amazing. I love having been transitioned, and I saw recently James Gunn was showing us a little clip of the trailer of Superman, and I mean, people are going to be blown away. I think they're expecting big things from James Gunn.
Mm-hmm. He talks a little bit more about his characters and Peacemaker and everything, because I have seen some other interviews. I don't know if you have too. He was very polite talking with me about it, but in some of his other interviews, he's been like, yeah, they did not give me what I deserved in the MCU. And I am so glad to be in the DC universe now. So, yeah.
I think that he definitely wanted more in the MCU, which I have seen from a few other actors say that. Yeah. I thought he did a great job in the MCU with what he was given, but I mean, I'm happy also that he's making the transition to DC. Let's go.
Yeah, right. I know. There's a few things that I'm like, okay, DC, I'm interested. Frank Grillo, you have me interested.
Say more.
And then finally, while we're talking about DC and the celebrity spotlight tonight, my whole interview with Jon Cryer is up. And before I get into what he was talking, what he actually called me to talk about, it was cool because I was talking to him the morning after the finale of Superman and Lois. So the end of the Arrowverse was on everybody's mind.
I had a fantastic time on that, and the whole Arrowverse was just one for the nerds. We were so I loved being a nerd. I loved reveling in it. We just reveled in it, and it was fun because when we ended up shooting this insane crossover where we had 5 different shows cross over with each other. We had Flash and Arrow and all those, and Supergirl and Batwoman all cross over, and Legends of Tomorrow, as a matter of fact. It was just this huge, ridiculous undertaking. And there was these days when we'd look around and all of us in these ridiculous costumes, saying these ridiculous things, and but we were all having a ball, and I am sorry to see Superman and Lois go as well, because I think that was just a fantastic new look at those characters. I think they managed to really crack it by being faithful to who Superman is, but also finding a new way to show it. And that show was really, really so well done. And my biggest regret is that I never was on it.
and again, like his Lex Luthor would not have worked in the show. But I just loved that. Like, I opened up the question and you could just tell he's such a nerd like us, right? Right?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
He was so good in as Lex Luthor, which is so funny because, and I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but when he was first cast as it, I was like hesitant. But granted, I only knew him from 2.5 Men, so I was like, really, that guy?
Honestly, he had a few episode story arc on I'm going to sound old, but NCIS, to where the medical examiner's nickname was Ducky. So when Ducky comes in and talks to Ducky, just every episode, this one little like 80s quip. And I mean, he just played it brilliantly, and you could tell he loves that kind of stuff.
Oh,
I respect. I love watching that. Actors that enjoy like where they come from and keep like the references going and everything else.
Well, and he talked about that a little bit in the interview is actually fascinating and got Patrick producer Patches
used his government name.
Right, because it's serious material. But he did what are you doing?
Keeping my face out of the shot.
Okay. So the podcast is called The Man Who Calculated Death, and it's about, yes, go ahead, Patches.
I am on episode 6 right now.
Yeah, it's
nice.
So his friend who's a reporter in LA, what a start to the show. Thank you, Demetrius, for joining us. So glad that you're here. I had to look it up to be like, is this synopsis actually a true story? His friend, who's a reporter in LA, when her mother died on her deathbed, she said, I want you to finish this memoir that I was writing. I need you to finish it. So she goes to start researching it. Like, how am I going to do this? And finds out that her grandfather not only worked for Hitler, but made a super secret weapon. And like, he actually finished it, but they didn't finish it in time. Like, Hitler was already defeated, so he never got to use the weapon.
They did, actually.
Did they?
Oh, yeah, the V1 rocket.
Oh, really?
Yes, the V1 rocket actually was in use during World War II. They just couldn't produce enough of them.
Ah, okay. Well, it's just like this, like crazy, like finding out that your grandfather worked for Hitler, and now you have to write the book about it.
Like most scientists akin her grandfather to the intelligence of Albert Einstein.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
If you're into history, and he talked about, he's like, I'm a comedy guy, like I'm
right.
like having fun and doing cool stuff, and then like this, but this just kept going, and it was so crazy that not only were we like, there should be a book, but this should be a podcast, and it's actually they already are working on the second season because it's
9 episodes. It's 9 episodes that they have out, and it's if you like history docs, it's actually fantastic. And thank you, Jon Cryer, for producing it, because it not only did he produce it, his friend whose grandfather it is an actual LA reporter as well. So it's not only do you have the production, you have the storytelling in such an amazing professional manner that you're just enthralled from the word go.
Yeah. So Jon Cryer is up in my celebrity interviews playlist on the YouTube channel, and it's fascinating. Even if you don't go listen to the podcast, him telling the story of how this whole thing came about is super interesting. And he does talk a little bit more about some DC stuff that I didn't play for you. So that's all on YouTube. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got Clay's crazy obscure quote.
I don't care about the quote. I just want to see the graphic when we come back.
Yes. and then we also have a cute kitty to wrap up the show for you. So there is plenty more to come.
Cute kitties. What are you talking about?
Cute
like that one?
Kitty. Oh my goodness.
That's Mr. Giles.
Mr. Giles on the kitty cam.
Kitty
All
cam.
right. We'll be right back. Go ahead, Patches.
Oh, that's right. Because originally the roadmap said the PopCon. No read. 30-second ad. Join KJ today for PopCon.
Nope. You don't have the KJ shop?
No, I don't have the KJ shop.
It's right there.
Oh,
Shop.
look at that. Hey, guys. This is why we all do. Hey, this is why we do show prep, everybody. Hey-o.
All right. Take it away, Patches.
Yeah, let's do. Actually, you know what? No. You are wrong. Oh, yeah, you are correct. Anyways.
Get
Somebody
together,
call
guys.
Jon Cryer.
All right, take 4. Ladies and gentlemen, have you checked out KJ's Perspective Vibe Shop?
Positive vibe.
Dude, seriously, I'm half blind and the lighting in here sucks.
Perspective. I say positive vibes all the time.
Jesus.
The perspective.
All right,
shop.
take 6. All right.
All right.
Are we ready? And take 6. Go.
Take it away, Patches.
Have you checked out KJ's Positive Vibe Shop?
No.
Save 25% on new gifts for the holidays, including the all-new Grayson plushie, Meowie Christmas mugs, shirts, and official KJ Krew gear. Go to kjontheair.com/shop and give the gift of positive vibes.
Or perspective.
Perspective. I don't know, dude.
Patches,
Honestly,
I don't think that was going to win you an Emmy. I don't think that was going to win you an
sorry,
Emmy.
but I actually, to my defense, I have the second sheet behind it, and I was holding it up to the studio light right there, and I think there was some bleed through.
Whatever,
So.
dude. Whatever. If you had done some show prep, you would be ready with your reads. So,
My name's
All
KJ.
right.
That's how I sound.
Also, if you're not following along, PopCon is doing a ton of announcements, an announcement every day leading up to Christmas. So guest announcements, fan panel submissions, the podcast awards, the film fest, all that stuff. So get ready for PopCon, and their 3-day passes are still the lowest price of the year. So if you want to join us for PopCon, June 27th through the 29th, now is the time. Don't wait for those ticket prices to go up. Give the gift of PopCon.
Don't wait.
Thank you so much. All right. Now, Patches, this is a new segment. So do you want to announce?
Nope.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right.
I'll think of something, but yes, this is all you. This is
All
your
right.
this is your
Could
brain.
you give me a
trust.
drum roll for the new segment?
My drums are over at Ryan's house.
Just. Oh my gosh. Thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Clay's crazy obscure quotes.
Poor Clay.
Oh, that's awesome. I have 2 quotes. So then the first one I think ties with the general feel tonight. It's controversial. So
What, we all suck?
Oh,
What?
we'll just go right into it.
Patches sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, no, there's no controversy around that. Let's be
No,
serious.
you're not wrong.
Well known.
All right. Should be easy, not to like set the bar low, but quote
Okay.
is,
Okay.
come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. We'll have a few laughs. Are you not going to get this right?
Oh my God. I am actually brain dead right now.
It's a Christmas movie. Allegedly. That's the controversy.
Oh, Die Hard. Thank you.
Hey, yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
I really shouldn't get that because of the clue, but thank you for the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So just so you guys know,
as he's in the air ducts. Good God.
when we are together, this is something that Clay and Patches regularly do.
Oh,
so
ad nauseum.
Yes. Okay, so we got one more quote. We don't have time to argue over whether the Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is. Back to you, Clay.
Agreed. All right. I'm going to open this one up because this one is Christmas focused.
Okay.
But it's for the group.
Okay.
So a little deeper cut, but I feel like this crowd can get it. So the quote is, "We all change when you think about it. We're all different people. All through our lives."
Don, Doctor Who. Sorry. Crap.
Doctor Who. The 11th Doctor.
Very good.
Thank
There we
you.
go. Yeah.
From the Christmas special.
What was the
where
name
he
of the
regenerated.
What was the name of the episode?
Where he regenerated?
The Time of the Doctor.
The Time of the Doctor.
Exactly.
See, I'm a little surprised that you
honestly, actually, will you read that whole thing because it's actually one of my favorite quotes of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, from the top.
Okay.
Yes,
we all change when
Thank
you think about it. We're all different people all through our lives, and that's okay. That's good. You've got to keep moving, so long as you remember all the people that you used to be.
Exactly. I love that quote. It's one of my favorite.
KJ, are you gonna start crying?
It makes me cry every single time because the way he's saying it when you watch that he quits being the Doctor and he's being.
And which one is this?
That's Matt Smith.
Okay.
Who you know from House of the Dragons, right?
Yeah.
He's fabulous in that. It's like you can feel him. This is not acting. This is him like, oh my God, I'm not going to be the Doctor anymore.
Yeah, it was him saying goodbye.
It was
literally saying goodbye
was,
to Doctor Who.
Yeah. And he has talked about how when he got to that point, he thought he was so ready to not be the Doctor anymore. And then he was like, I'm not ready. And so when he was doing that, like it was real emotion. So sad. Okay, all right. Well, that's why we end on some positive vibes.
It's also a good life lesson.
It is. It is. All right, we got a featured feline tonight, and I believe this is our first cat from Mexico. My friends.
Yay!
Yes, our featured feline is Panchita.
Oh, little baby Pancha.
Now, some of you actually may remember Panchita because she was one of the cousin cats who actually lived with us for a little while.
Aww.
Yes, this is my sister Heather's cat, and she was rescued literally on the streets of Mexico. Her vet called her and said, Heather, I've got this sweet little kitten who is trying to fight off a big dog. I think she'd be perfect in your house.
Mm-hmm. And she is just a little lover, man.
She is. And prior to Panchita, Heather had only ever adopted male cats. So it was a big surprise welcome to what it's like to have female cats in the house. She talks all of the time, and right now she has been having a little bit of some health issues. So we wanted to bring some joy to Heather tonight, feature Panchita, and send her lots of positive vibes. If you would like to see your cat featured on an upcoming show, make sure you follow me on Facebook and watch for my posts to ask for your cats. You can also join the KJ's Cat Club, where I feature cats all the time. Just go to facebook.com/KJ on the air. And if you want to join the club, just search for KJ's Cat Club in groups on Facebook. I think that's it, everybody. You ready to just like rock out of here and party on with your life? Patches, you need to get your positive pants on next show. I don't know when it is.
You know what? I will be positive, right?
I don't know when
it will be post.
It's a family show.
Notice why I'm not standing up in the camera.
Oh my gosh.
So it will be post holiday, so I will definitely have my positive pants on. after the first of the year.
Okay.
So do we have enough time to ask why Patches doesn't like Christmas?
It actually is.
It's gonna bring you down.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like super traumatic? I'm sorry, Patches.
No.
A couple things, but it doesn't matter because I still hate Christmas, but I try to fake it till I make it, and try to be the a better version of the jackass that I am.
Well, when I'm writing to Santa, I'll be like, "Dear Santa, please bring some positive vibes to Patches under
Is
the
it
Christmas
positive
tree."
or positive to
perspective? Please bring some perspective.
Please bring some perspective.
That's what I'm writing in my note.
If you could just gain a little perspective, Patches, then maybe you would like Christmas, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try. I do. I talk to him about this all the time. I'm like, look, you had a couple of rotten Christmases. It happens, right? But have a little perspective. You've had a lot of good Christmases.
You really
too.
don't.
You've had a lot of good Christmases.
You've
too.
met my family. We know that's not true.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't had one good Christmas with me. We went to the Packers Bears.
Yeah,
game.
that was our honeymoon.
It
Oh
was
yeah,
so
that
nice.
one. That was a good one.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Remember 20 years ago when we had that one good Christmas?
Almost. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
It was good for me.
Did you guys put a tree up? All right, maybe that would help you, Patches. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, trust me. There are like 1,700 trees in my house during the Christmas season.
Joy has thrown up on our house, and it is wonderful.
Yep, sure is.
You cannot take a step without stepping in some joy here. So that may be part of the reason Patches doesn't like Christmas.
Yeah.
He's trying to forget about it every time he opens the door. He's like,
Yep.
All the joy.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to walk in a house smelling like throw up? Come on.
It's not throw up.
You said looks like the house threw up joy.
I know, but I am diffusing. I'm diffusing the Storms and Melodies.
Oh my God!
Holiday call.
All right, can we get to the end credits, please?
25% off right now.
Oh, for shit's sake!
And melodies.com.
Oh my God!
Well done. Well done.
All right. Thank you. Good night.